She's out here murdering people, threatening people, giving people drugs. Like, she's doing crazy stuff, lying, scheming, and she hasn't got arrested yet. Like, how is she getting away with all this stuff? Hi guys, welcome back to Netflix Binge Queen, where I binge watch Netflix TV shows and let you know whether they're worth the binge or not. Today we're going to be talking about The One, which is a Netflix drama slash thriller. Basically, the synopsis of it is that two geneticists create a system that helps people find their perfect match or soulmate by using DNA testing. So the science behind it is pretty cool. It basically says that two people who have the same DNA mutations are supposed to be like animalistically, biologically drawn to each other with this kind of magnetism. And when you meet that person, you have that boom, instant connection. So the science behind it immediately attracted me because I'm a little bit of a nerd, but it got even better because it turns into a murder mystery. Bet you didn't see that coming. And let me just say, I really binge watched the hell out of this. Like, I stayed up till 3 a.m. on a weeknight. Mind you, I have a full-time job, but I could not stop watching it because I wanted to know what was gonna happen. By 3 a.m. I was like forcing my eyes open like this because I was like, no, I need to know what's gonna happen. I need to know what happens in the last episode. So as you can tell by my enthusiasm so far, it is definitely worth the binge in my opinion. I loved it. I really like the whole premise of it because it was scary, realistic in a way that it's possible that this can totally happen in the future, maybe like in 20 years even, because technology is advancing every day. So that aspect of it was really intriguing to me. And of course, I think the characters are really complex and drawn out, and I'll get more into the characters now. So let's start with the protagonist of the show, Rebecca Webb. Rebecca is the CEO of The One, which is this company that does the DNA testing. And she is portrayed as this, child, ruthless, vindictive. She will stop at nothing to maintain her success and power. She actually reminded me a lot of Rosamund Pike's character in I Care a Lot, just that like she wanted power so bad that she was willing to do a lot of crazy and messed up things to get that power. Okay guys, here is where I'm gonna go into spoilers. Spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen it yet and you want to watch it, which I obviously recommend that you do, stop here, watch it, and then come back to this because I'm going to talk about the ending and all the crazy parts. But if you have seen the show already, I want to deep dive more into why Rebecca is just a terrible person. Number one, she leads her best friend Benon, who is obviously in love with her. So she friend zones him, and then she flip-flops and changes her mind and decides to sleep with him and then lets him pay for her rent. Excuse me? Number two, not only does she take advantage of Ben's kindness, but she risks his career and reputation by stealing classified information from his work laptop. She was so selfish for doing this, but like I said, her character at the end of the day is going to do whatever she needs to do to get her power. And three, did I mention she murdered Ben? So obviously it is clear that her character will stop at nothing to attain her goals and success, not even murdering her best friend. She cried. While Rebecca is fascinating to talk about, and the stuff she does in the show is crazy and ruthless and vindictive, I want to talk about two other characters, and that is Mark and Hannah Bailey. So Hannah, Mark's wife, decides to secretly steal his DNA and submit it to The One to see if she is his match. And it turns out she ain't. Hannah goes even further in her crazy exploits and finds Mark's real match and decides to befriend her. Like, girl, you crazy. So towards the beginning of the series, when she started doing all this crazy stuff, I was like, oh my God, she's so annoying. Like, I couldn't wait for Mark to leave her ass. I was tired of her. But by the end of the series, I really had to sit down and think to myself about her character, and I came to the conclusion that I would do the same shit. I know her character came off as a little bit crazy and frantic and insecure, but I totally get where she's coming from. Even though she was happily married, I think living in this world where everyone's getting matched, it would bother me in the back of my mind not knowing. Just the not knowing part of it would drive me crazy. So I kind of understood why she was driven to the point of just submitting the DNA without her husband knowing. Honestly, I would do it too. Maybe I'm crazy like her. I don't know. My crazy eyes coming out. Oh my god. Y'all can't see my crazy eyes. Oh my god. I hope my man ain't watching this. I'm not crazy. Alright, enough about the characters. Now I want to get to the really juicy part. The ending. We see that Rebecca doesn't get her happy ending. Her true match, Matthias, ends up getting killed. And honestly, I didn't feel bad for her. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it was poetic justice. She did wrong by so many people. She hurt so many people. She killed people. So it would only seem right that she doesn't deserve to get her happy ending. While we did get a lot of answers in the final episode, like what really happened the night Ben died, and finally if Rebecca's gonna end up with her soulmate. Obviously she's not. There were still a lot of unanswered questions, which actually makes me excited because I really would love Netflix to do a season 2 of this. I would totally watch it. Obviously, maybe I won't stay up to 3 a.m. this time and I'll watch it more reasonably. So some unanswered questions that I would like to be answered in season 2. First is Rebecca ever gonna get her comeuppance? Like, she's out here murdering people, threatening people, giving people drugs. Like, she's doing crazy stuff, lying, scheming, and she hasn't got arrested yet. Like, how is she getting away with all this stuff? I mean, I get that she's super rich and successful and she has the means to hide a lot of her secrets, but at some point this girl needs to get caught. And speaking of getting caught, I feel like Detective Kate is this close to nabbing her, but I'm also interested in Detective Kate's story because, as we know from season 1, she found her match with Sophia. But it turns out Sophia's not her only match. We find out that she also can possibly be matched with Sophia's brother because their genetics or DNA are so similar because they're siblings. So why this information is fascinating and why this definitely could be a major plot line for season 2 is because it could destroy the whole marketing and reputation of the one, because if there's more than the one, if there's the two, kind of doesn't make sense. You can't sell the whole soulmate thing if people have more than one genetic DNA soulmate. So I'm really excited to see if season 2 delves into that. I really hope they do, and I really hope that it ruins Rebecca's life even more because she deserves it. Also, I think Detective Kate is totally gonna cheat with Sophia's brother. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be like in a room together alone. Something's gonna happen, they're gonna cheat, and then it's gonna be even more drama, which I can't wait to see. And then the last thing I would like to be addressed in season 2 is Hannah and Mark's relationship. By the end of season 1, we saw that they resolved everything and they're all happy, they're gonna have a baby, but plot twist, Megan stole Hannah's DNA and she actually submitted it to see who her match is. So I feel like Hannah's match is gonna come into the picture and make things even more complicated and convoluted for this couple who already has been through it, honey. That is my review for Netflix's The One. Let me know if you agree with me and you loved it as much as I did. Or if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments as well. I've actually been seeing mixed reviews about this show online. Some people said it was really boring. I don't know. I was fascinated. I was intrigued the whole time. I really was captivated with this show and I binge watched it and I can't wait for a season 2. As the YouTubers say, like and subscribe if you liked what you saw, and comment below if you want to talk more about the series because I was really into it and I really have a lot more to talk about, but I don't want to like have a 30-minute video about this on YouTube. And I will be coming to you fresh with some new reviews soon, so be on the lookout. Until next time, bye!